My man Sheen is known to make those clean have a relapse back into the Coke machine. By machine I of course mean that shady guy who feeds fiends when they need to proceed to lead lives filled with crime and punishment. Scratches so hot he wears an oven mitt. Passion derived from blood, tears, and spit he's often lit, which provides a trigger pulled by those who are left dismembered by the grand wizard, only seen by those who slurp scissor. English class on human rights. It's too tight. I spent this long in life for the chance to write and recite key ideas and plights experienced by those in fright. It's a sight, my eyes are sore. There's constant war, billionaires want to have more. I'm past the door and outside. I can't just sit by and reside in this kind of lifestyle. All my shit is cheap because of the weak, abused by those who control the leak or flow of water. Presented as a showstopper, but really not a lot to offer. I pop, lock, and drop, but those are just the steps. You need to cap sets of supplements that will result in exponential growth of spirit and mental faculties. It's the fact, you see. The only MC who has dreams while he's not asleep. I live life in a fog or completely clear, depending on if I've had a beer, 3 grams of choline, which causes my flows to be lean. Rarely obscene, but I'll have to describe the lack of fat and meat and the feats that I accomplish with the knowledge of my rap to go supersonic if I'm on it. I can't be stopped. You can say I'm lost, but in fact I feel found. I don't play around. My only job in life is to create and release you from your fate you place for yourself from a belt and a rafter. It's far from the last chapter, although it seems like disaster is the only chance for the morning after. A night spent fueling the fight inside between knowledge and feeling. You know what the stakes are, but it's too late. You can't backspace. Your place is in waste, discarded like happens so often in society we're dropped in, or so it seems. In reality we're in control. We're the beings. Small talk is hollow, but still it gets offered by those with no substance to swallow to get lifted like Apollo. The key is to avoid being in need from the seeds planted by those you grieve. It's past 3, my brain still runs free. It's feisty, I wish you would just say goodnight, G. Went wheezy, so you wrote lyrics with no meaning so you get played by the hip young teens? It's sad to see the collapse of the talent you obviously have but don't act on. It's not hard to write a bad rap song that gets played by the kids that want to sing along. Rapid fire rapping like I'm packing, full auto. It's sad for those who find out the tips are hollow. I tend to borrow knowledge from those who've been farther. It's just logical to observe even when you can't know. You've got to grow and learn from the lessons we earn and in turn pass on to those who ask. It's past the last call, but the liquid still falls from the throat of those who've given up hope. Simple way to cope with the liver and kidney protest. There's unrest all over, from the air growing hotter to wars waged under the name of the father of those who can't be bothered to do a paternity test and see we can do with a lot less violence and territorial nonsense. Have enough for yourself without taking from the rest. It's not needed for the people who've learned the difference between good and evil. We've evolved beyond beagles. We don't need to relieve ourselves in area codes in order to own the quote-unquote throne that in fact only exists in a world written in all caps, no subtlety. We're stuck here for eternity or until we all agree to live life melodically. The kid's rapping doing algebra. The functions can't function once they get the message that he's pumping out of his mouth faster than a mouse running away from a big kid. And the freezies have qualities not found in pre-written. Words come from soul like shuttlecock from badminton. I'm sick pimping. The bitches stop to listen and become minions after a quick incision. Chip is activated. My plan becomes fact. Just wait. I tailgate with a smashed face, learn through the bad taste of mental waste. Love produces a buzz that can't be made with any kind of drug. It's strong enough to make a man put a slug through the face of the smug. It goes under skin like a bug, impossible to remove once implanted. It's half tragic but half magic. Sometimes stronger than titanium casted, but other times caustic as battery acid.